Hi everybody, Ben here from Art Less Ordinary. So tonight I'm going to do an infinity pour, but I'm going to do it a little bit different to normal. I'm not going to add any metallics, and I'm only going to use two main colours. The red, so it's a brilliant red from Montmarte, and the purple from Montmarte as the main two colours in either side. And to it, I'm just going to add some black and some white. So I did the flip cup last night with these colours, and I liked how they went really well together. So I thought this time I'll just use the same colours, add some black and white into it as a dirty pour, and see how it looks. Hoping it looks good without, because normally I add 2 or 3 of the, like a light purple, a dark purple, a medium purple. This time I'm just going to do purple, add some black and some white into it, do my infinity pour and see how it looks. So it could be a win, it could be a fail, who knows. I like having fun. So the colours I have used, the amounts I have used is 44 grams of paint, 76 grams of Australian floetrol, and 15 grams of water. I've added a little bit less water to this mixture to see if it holds itself a little bit better. Not much, only I think it's 8 grams of water less than I normally would, so just a bit. And the black and the white is 16 grams paint, 30 grams floetrol, and 6 grams water. So that is my plan. I am going to do a corner catch this time, and then once I've got it done, I can tip off whatever I don't like or I do like. We will see. So I am going to put them into different cups, so then I can kind of layer it with the black and the white a little bit better. So up high, pour it in, pour it in. So it's going to be a little bit quicker. It's just a matter of trying to get the black and the white mixed through. If I just pour the black and white straight into these cups, I don't think it would mix through as good. And I am also a little bit worried that the cups wouldn't be big enough. So yeah, these cups hold a little bit more than these ones, so I think that I had made the right decision. Whoops. So this is going to be quite quick. There won't be a lot of this mixing part happening. Who knows, it may not turn out as good because I don't have the contrasting colours, so I don't have 2 purples in there, but I'm hoping the black and the white kind of make it look cool. And it will also mean that when I do the swirls, I should get defined purple and red sides. Because whatever I mix, I don't have... Red's kind of red. I don't have a light red. I've got a pink, but... And I didn't really want to make up a plum, because I think that would have been a little bit too much for the... for it. So... we will see. I will get some pink because I am adding the white into the red, but I don't think it's going to be astronomically a lot. I think the white may actually stay quite to itself a little bit. So I can actually see that this black, being Montmarte, is actually making those fractals again in the cup. So I've never had that before. It's only recently started doing that, so I don't know if it's the paint's just gotten older so it's doing it, or why it's actually behaving that way. It's just quite different to what I'm used to. So I probably will get a little bit of grey because I've got black and white mixing together a bit. But I'm hoping it just gives me different contrasting tones of pink and purple, add in the black and the white. Who knows? Like I said, it could be a big fail, but you never know unless you try. And that's what I like about doing things a bit different. You're never really quite sure what you're going to get. And sometimes it's actually really fun to not knowing what you're going to get. Alrighty, I'm going to put them right out the way. So I must have added a little bit more black and white into the purple because it's more full than the red. Oh, I'm going to put my gloves here. Alrighty. I'm going to put the purple on this side. So, just going to take it a little bit easy. So I thought by using the corner catcher, I won't lose as much paint. And then I can decide what I want to tip off after. Or I may like it that much I don't want to tip any off. It's always hard to know with some of these how they're actually going to turn out. Whether the colours are actually going to look good in one technique as they do in another. Sometimes in one technique they may be awesome, another one you go, that did not work out as planned. So even though the purple cups were more full, it actually looks more red than purple. So it looks like either the red has gone over the purple and kind of smothered it a little bit, or just the way that it was tilted. Alright. I always put all these things over on my right hand side because I'm right-handed and it's a bit easier for me that way. So now I'm just going to move it around a little bit and think. Is there any part I would like to remove? Check my corners first before I tip too much paint off. Only a tiny bit on that corner there. So, what would I like to tip off, or what do I not want to tip off? I don't want to tip off this bottom corner because it's really where I've got a bit of purple. It definitely is more red. Let's just move it around a little bit. See how I feel with painting different spots. No. Go back. I don't want to elongate that red too much because otherwise it takes over, and I kind of like it how I've got these streaks of it over here, but I still got a big patch of it there. I'm trying to look at it from different angles and see how I want it to be. This is the hard part. I'm really not sure what I want to tip off. I could try to tip off a bit of this red over here. I just don't want to lose these bits of purple in the process of that. Or this purple, because I feel that I will lose too much if I try. So I'm just taking it slowly, just to try to get some of that red off. Okay, now I'm going to bring it back down. I also don't want to tilt it too much because I don't want to make it muddy. I feel like I could make it a bit muddy if I move it around a lot. I'm not going to do any more, I don't think. It's really, really hard. You want to move it, but sometimes you don't want to move it either. I love the colours together. I do wish there was a little bit more purple in there. So even though I use half the amount of black and half the amount of white compared to colours, and then out of having half the amount, half of that goes into each cup. So really, in one of these cups of red, I had a full amount of red, a quarter amount of white, and a quarter amount of black. And same with the purple. But the black does seem to kind of feel like it wants to be a bit of a bully and kind of take over a lot and make it quite dark, even though there's quite a small amount of black compared to other colours in there. But it's not overpowering to the point where it's just black. There is definitely solid colours in there. I feel like the purple is a little bit more lost, but I don't mind it. I just probably would have been happier if there was a little bit more of the richer purple and maybe a little bit more white as well to kind of bring it out. But I've got greys. Definitely the black and the white have mixed, and I've got grey. So I'm going to scrape first so I don't keep losing anything. When you do infinity pours, you mix it with a bit of water. So keep in mind, because it's a little bit thinner, it has the potential, doesn't mean it always will, but it has the potential to run off the edge of the canvas a little bit easier. So just keep that in mind. It depends on your canvas. Some canvases are slightly out of shape, but you wouldn't even know it. They look completely level until you actually go to work with them, and then you notice that there's a slight runoff in one spot or another. I am going to get the blowtorch out. Oops. I knocked over my empty soft drink. Okay. So I'm just going to give it a little torch to see if there's air bubbles. And it sometimes does bring up some extra effects, really. They're not so much cells, they're more just effects. But don't keep it in one spot too long. You'll do damage if you do. Alright, it's not doing a lot, so there's no point keep continuing it because you could damage the paint by overheating it. So that's it. This is kind of different. It's hard to really explain what it looks like. Torching it, I think, has brought up a little bit more of the white underneath. I can start seeing more of the white, but that could also be what happens in infinity pours. Change with time. 5, 10, up to 15 minutes, you will start getting some other colors kind of push their way through, and usually the white will do that. So this is actually quite cool. I've got nice like lines where the reds come through. I do have lines where the purple has come through, just not as many. We do have crisscrosses here. It's different, and that's the thing. Yeah, I try to do artwork that looks different to... I do things that look the same. Like when I do my ghost swipes or my reflection swipes, they do look similar. They're just different colors. But I do also want to try stuff that's going to look different. So someone that comes along that decides, just say someone wants to buy one of my paintings one day, they've got a selection to choose from, not the same thing, just different all the time. So I do have things I do the same, but I also try and do ones that are different. And this is quite cool. Kind of bold colors, but not in your face. Like, yeah, it's hard to explain. Pausing it to come down for a close-up. So there we go. That's more. It's more red. It's coming through as slightly orange at the top, but it's not. It's actually it's a red. It's just the lighting on that side. So the color is quite accurate to this red all over. But yeah, so that is the finished artwork. Kind of, like I said, it's bold, but it's not overly bold. It's hard to explain really what this is, but I like it. So let's come down here, focus camera. Yeah, doesn't like my... There's one thing with floetrol, I get a lot of reflections in the artwork of me filming. So, but look how cool this looks. You can see the definite purple and the red. You come up and there is effects all the way through it. There's specks, there's color changes, there's like, see the black and the red swirling, the purple and the white, and little lacings going across. Nice bold red up here with like a purple line coming through. Here there's lots of purple lines going through the red. See up here, you've got red and purple mixing to a degree. You don't want them to overmix, but that's why you can't tilt too much, because these colors will create funny kind of, not mud, but maybe like a red mud, which you don't want too much of. You want it to be a little bit bold. So then there's this end, comes down to this beautiful red lines, which again, it's picking up my reflection, doesn't like me. You can see we've got the greys coming through, purple lining and lacing, red kind of streaking through. This purple runs all the way across. So there is a lot of stuff happening without it being over the top, or, yeah, you know what I mean. But yeah, a fun, quick-ish painting, quicker than some of my others. I do hope you enjoy it. So infinity pour without using lots of colours. So 2 colours, black and white. I hope you enjoyed it. So comment, like, share it, and subscribe if you haven't already. I think that's all I need to say. And I will see you tomorrow for another pour. Have a good night, everybody. Bye.